Hello everyone, this is our AutoCAD software session. In this, we'll be learning the basic user interface of the AutoCAD and then we'll be understanding simple tools in the AutoCAD. So if you already know, AutoCAD is an Autodesk software which is designed for both 2D and 3D, but as such, most of the time AutoCAD is specially used for 2D tools, okay, rather than the 3D. As such, 3D tools are mostly done in softwares like SketchUp, Revit, etc. So sticking on to the 2D part of the AutoCAD tools, we have line, polyline, circle, arc. Then we have certain options like move, etc., which will be dealing further. So when you open AutoCAD, firstly what you see is the ribbon and the tab. Okay, on the top, whatever you have here is the tab, the panels, and together it is called as ribbon. Bottom, as such, what you see is nothing but the toggle bar, which helps you to draw straight lines, or say even if you want to draw any such angular lines or anything, you can easily draw using the toggle bar. On the bottom left corner, what you see is the model and the layouts. The model is where you're going to continuously do the drafting part, and the layout is something that you're going to use for the printing part. The black workspace that you see here is nothing but the place where you're going to draw all your drawings, and the zoom in and zoom out here is to infinity. Okay, so you can draw any number of drawings that you want even in one single file. Apart from that, what you also see here is a white line which is called as a command line. In AutoCAD, this command line is very much helpful as it continuously guides you with all the tools that you have, be it your line, polyline, express tool, any parametric tool, any annotate tool. The command line is continuously going to guide you regarding how you can go ahead. The only trick here is to understand what command line is guiding you and what options are present there. The next thing you have is the view queue, which tells you regarding the directions, the views that you're currently seeing. Since as such we are doing the 2D part of it, we are mostly on the top view and we have the north on top. Apart from that, you also have the main AutoCAD icon here, which has a usual tool like new, open, save as, import, export, etc. Now, before starting any AutoCAD drawing, it is important for you to set the units. How do you set the units? In AutoCAD, there are a number of shortcuts for you to use the tools. Okay, mostly the shortcuts are going to be the first letter or the combination of first and the second letter of the word. Now, for example, you have the units tool. Under units, U is the first letter, right? So, if you just type U, enter, as such, there is no dialog box appearing. What you can now do is go to the second letter, type a combination of UN, enter, and you get a dialog box. Same way for all the other tools in AutoCAD, either you have the first letter as the shortcut or you have the first and second letter as the combination for the shortcut. Now to set the units in AutoCAD, what you can do is just type UN and then press enter. The first thing that you have to set is the length, and then you can set the insertion scale. Suppose you are working in the matrix, you can set the decimal, or you can go for fractional as well. But as such, for the metric units, we mostly prefer using the decimal values. And if the insertion scale, you can just have it as millimeters, centimeters, or meters, depending upon your drawing. Now, if you're working for the feet and inches, you can either go for the architectural or for the engineering part, and then you can have your units into the inches, feet or inches as such. And for the angle, since we are calculating the degrees in the building industry based on the decimal degree itself, we can keep it as it is. And once the settings are done, you can just click on OK. Now what you're going to draw will be based on the units that you have set here. If it is decimal, then keep it as meters. now everything that you're going to be drawing here is going to be in the meter. But if you're going for say feet, you can just go for architectural, and then maybe you can go for inches, architectural or engineering. Okay, now let us just understand the ribbon here. Under the ribbon, what you have is home, where you have the major drawing tools and the editing tools. Then you have the insert. Insert is basically you can use it to insert say the PDFs, the images or any other items that you would want. Then you can go to annotate. Annotate is basically, again, you are just doing say line measurements, you're drawing the table, you're drawing the arrow marks, you're writing the text part of the drawing. Then you have something called as parametric. Parametric is a type of method of drawing. Then you have the view option. View is here nothing but the look of your AutoCAD. Then you have the manage option. Then you have outputs. Outputs again is nothing but how you want to take things out of the AutoCAD, whether into the PDF format or into the image format or into the say print format. Then you have add-ins. Add-ins is again nothing but you have say any plugins or anything, you can just add it up here. Then you have A360 tool. Then you have the Express tools. Express tool is nothing but again you can just take it from the name that it just makes your drafting faster. So you have multiple combination of tools again. Then you have certain apps, and then you have BIM 360. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll just understand drawing of few tools, like say you have line, circle, arc or rectangle. Certain tools will be understanding here. So any shortcut, you can either go for any shortcuts or you can just go for the tools directly from the ribbon itself. Now for example, you have to draw a line. What you can do is you have line, you can just type the first letter, L enter, and you see the command line is now going to guide you. It says specify first point. So you are going to specify the first point. Next, it is going to say specify the next point. I'm going to specify the next point. But as such, if you see, the line is not a straight line. Even if I have to try and draw it as a straight line, it is going to take much more time to adjust it. In such a case, what we really do is we can just use our toggle bar. Under toggle bar, you have an ortho mode here. So if you just keep this ortho on here and then now use L enter, you can easily draw a straight line. It can be a horizontal one, it can be vertical one. Okay. If you want to draw an angle line, you can just switch off the ortho mode and now draw the line in any angle, any 360-degree angle. You can just draw the line. So I keep the ortho on, take the line option from here, L enter, and you can just draw first point, second point, and if I want to draw a triangle, I'll give a third point and go back to the first point. So simple triangle can be drawn using this method. Suppose I want to draw a circle, I can just click on the circle, give a center point and give a radius. Then if a rectangle needs to be drawn, you can just give a first corner point and then you can give a second corner point. Same way, if you want to draw something in polyline, something that is continuous, you can just draw it this way. Same way, now you also have certain modify tools. How you can use modify tool is if you say want to modify this tool, move it or say create a copy or rotate it or anything like that, you have to first select the object. Now in AutoCAD you have two selection methods. One is you can select it with the left click like this. The other one is you can select it with the right click like this. Now what is the difference between both of this? Now suppose if I take the left click selection and try to select it, what I'm doing is I'm keeping the two lines in the blue box and trying to select the object. Does it get selected? No. Let me try here on the rectangle. I'm going to keep the three lines in the blue box and just try selecting it. Does it get selected? No. Why? Because the object is not completely in the blue box. Okay, you can see only the vertical line is in the blue box. So only the horizontal line is selected. So if I just try selecting it, same way, if you take up a green selection, you can see that if I just keep all the lines whether completely or if I just keep a portion of the line in the green box, it is still going to be selected. So that is the basic difference between blue selection and green selection. In the blue selection, you have to keep the objects completely inside the blue box, only then it is going to be selected. In the green selection, you have to keep the objects, even if you just keep half of the objects in the green box, it is still going to be selected. Now suppose I want to move this object, what I can do is just select the object, and for the move you have M enter. It says specify a base point. So you can select a point and just move the object. Select M enter and just move the object. Say you want to rotate the object, just select the object again, press arrow enter for rotate, give again a base point, and then you can just rotate object. You can see it is rotating in straight line. Why is it so? Because we have the ortho on. Once you off this, you can rotate the object in 360-degree angles. Say you want to create a copy, you can just select the object again, CO enter, and now you can just create multiple copies of the same object. Say you want to mirror the object, so you can just select the object, type MI enter, and give the first point of the mirror line and the second point. Now you can see as such it is not straight, so you can just keep ortho on again and then keep it a straight line. Select MI enter and now keep a straight line and press enter again. Now suppose if you want to just draw a simple plan, okay, for example, I'm just going to take a room plan. So I have a rectangle here. First I'm going to offset this to give a wall thickness. So to offset it, I can use O enter, and then I can use the offset distance. Say, let us draw a rectangle with a particular dimension. How do you draw a rectangle with particular dimension? Take REC enter, give the first corner point, give the dimensions here. Say I want to take it as 10 feet by 10 feet. So this is the room I have. I'm going to give an offset of 9 inches. Then I have to draw a door here and a window here. How can I do that? You can just select the object and press X enter to explode it. Now you can just use EX double enter and extend the object. If I have to draw a door, I know that the door width is going to be 3 feet. So what we can do is take a 3 feet offset from this line and trim these tools. Now I can just draw one door here. Now if I have to draw a door for this gap, what we can do is we can just take the arc option. You can just use start center end. We'll give a start point, center point, and we are going to give a end point. This is one method of drawing the door here. Now if you want to draw a window, you can just take a midpoint, give an offset of say 3 feet on both the ends. TR double enter to use the trim option. And now what you can do is draw the window. So this is one of the simplest methods of drawing a plan in AutoCAD. Okay. Now, if you want to write something in the text format, you can just use the text option. Say I'm going to take multi-line text. What does it say now? Is specify first corner. So give a first corner point. Give a second corner point. Now you can just write the text. Now you can see the text has been very small. So what you can do is you can just pull this arrow mark inside and now scale the object by using SC enter. And then you can just increase the size of the text from here. In the same manner, you can use multiple tools. You can also change the colors of the lines. To you change the colors of the lines, you have to use layers. Okay. Also, you can use the properties. See, I want to make this into a different color. I can just go to the properties panel and say I'm going to change the color here. This one, I'm going to change the color of the text, change the color of the door as well. Okay, so this is how you can change the colors of the objects and enhance your drawings. You want to create one more copy of this plan, you can just use CO enter and create a copy like this. Say you want to see the measurements here, what you have to do is first go to the de-enter dialog box and do the settings. Since we are using feet and inches, you can just convert the primary units to architectural and then keep text a little higher in height. Click OK and say set connect. Now you can just use one first point, second point, and check the dimensions of your plan. So this is how you see the dimensions of the plan. So that is it for this session. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.